everybody! JK Calloway here at Real JK Calloway. And tomorrow night is the next SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, so let's do some predictions for WWE No Mercy. Before we get into it, if you could, hit subscribe for me. Always appreciate when you do. Like, share, comment. Let me know how well you think I did or how poorly I did. And bear in mind, I do try to get match order correct as well as who wins and what's next as far as storylines go. So let's get into it. First up, we're going to start with a pre-show match. They haven't announced it as a pre-show match, but I think they're going to move it to the pre-show, and that is Nikki versus Carmella, because frankly I don't think anyone's invested in this. It's just a secondary story because they wanted to have two for their tiny 6-person women's division. And not that it matters, but Nikki Bella should win and hopefully end this feud because it's not really serving anyone. Although Carmella's line this past week about being a thirsty Kardashian wannabe, that was pretty solid. But other than that, nothing's really happened. On to the next pre-show match, the one that's been announced, which is Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin, and hopefully, being they did the wacky finish on SmackDown this week, Baron Corbin will pick up the win. He needs some steam. He needs to start putting himself into position to challenge for a title at this point. At least the Intercontinental title, if not the World Championship. And of course, before he does that, he needs to shave his head. On to the main show, and I think the match they are going to start with is going to be for the Tag Team Championships. The Beauty and the ManBeast, if you will. Heath Slater and Rhino taking on the newly heel Usos, and I do think the Usos are going to win the titles this time. The Heath Slater-Rhino storyline should move toward them feuding with each other pretty quickly here, plus the whole free agent thing. That's over, so the heat's gone on that. So now it's time to start building a dominating heel tag team in the Usos, and they can certainly do it. They've been doing a great job so far being that ruthless, take out people's knees kind of deal. It's fun to watch. Next up will be the debut, the much-awaited debut of Curt Hawkins. Man, they've really built this guy up, haven't they? Face the facts. My God. Alright, well, I guess he's got a random opponent. It would be cool if it's Shelton Benjamin, but I think he's still hurt. It would even be cooler if it was his old edgehead buddy, Zack Ryder, but I think we all know it's going to be Kane. And of course, because it's Kane, and because for whatever reason they've decided Kane doesn't lose anymore, Kane's going to win and bury Curt Hawkins right away. And Curt Hawkins is going to become the Jinder Mahal of SmackDown. I don't really know what they're doing with him, but Kane's gonna win, and it's probably gonna last about 45 to 60 seconds. It's depressing. I believe next up will be the SmackDown Women's Championship match. I think it should be higher, but it's actually a pretty decently stacked card, so this will be third in line. Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss. They haven't done an outstanding job building it up, but the promos they've cut, especially the promos they cut during the contract signing, were actually pretty damn great. Putting over Alexa the entire time in build-up will lead to, of course, Becky Lynch retaining the championship, and depending on how good the match is, they might have this one go through to the Survivor Series. And this one does have the potential to be good. Alexa Bliss is young as hell, but she's solid. She's really good, especially for being only 5 foot, but she's a great heel. And of course, Becky is Becky. She's a badass. Up next is the match that maybe should be the main event with how they've been building it, which is the Intercontinental Championship match, title versus career. The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. Man, they've done a really great job making everyone care about this feud when, frankly, did anyone care about it a month ago? I didn't. You knew The Miz was going to win, and I think The Miz is going to win again, because they're going to start building him toward possibly being the next heel contender for the World Championship, depending on who wins later in the night, which we'll of course get to. But they've done a great job building both guys. If Dolph Ziggler is really leaving the company like some people are speculating, probably at work, but The Miz has been doing great ever since he cut that promo on Daniel Bryan, and Ziggler's been good too, so I don't know what's in store for Ziggles. Hopefully something great. If he's actually leaving, he'll be a great TNA World Champion in about 3 weeks. Semi-main event will almost certainly be Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. Let's hope Bray Wyatt wins. How many pay-per-views in a row has Bray Wyatt lost? I think he beat Chris Jericho at SummerSlam last year. I don't remember him winning since then, honestly. I'm sure he has. Leave it in the comments. But he's been booked to look so weak for so long. He really needs some momentum. And with what they did this past week, who knows, maybe they'll actually make a Sister Abigail character. I kind of hope they leave it to him more or less losing his mind. That's a little more fun. If he thinks there's still a Sister Abigail or there's some kind of spirit, hopefully they don't do that weird smoke monster thing they did at Hell in a Cell last year. But hopefully they do something to make this guy seem like an actual threat to anybody. On to the main event, Triple Threat World Championship match. All the makings of a solid outing. John Cena versus AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose. And this one, I'm not really sure. You know, like Ambrose is kind of a babyface, but kind of a tweener. John Cena is of course a babyface, but acting like a heel, as he does at all times. And AJ, of course, is being AJ, just giving outstanding matches, and his mic work is better than it's ever been. Which is why I think they're not going to take the belt off him yet. AJ Styles will win this match, maybe through some shenanigans, maybe taking advantage of someone hitting their finisher on the other guy, and then he gets the pin, sneaking in, stealing a victory, doing something like a heel would to win. And I think they'll keep the belt on him for a good little while just to see how he does. I think he's been doing great with it. He seems like that snarky heel that everyone wants to beat, but nobody can. And I think they're going to roll with that for a while, as they should. And there it is, my No Mercy predictions for the Sunday's pay-per-view and or, show on the network. Make sure you hit subscribe at the top of the page for me so I can keep on making these fun videos. Like, share, comment. Let me know how you think I did. If you have any other opinions, feel free to share them. That's what the comment section is for. Also, racist stuff. Make sure you follow me on any social media you see on the screen. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Vine, Tumblr, and YouTube, obviously. Just search for Real JK Calloway. While you're on Twitter, make sure you follow at #Skirmish if you enjoy hashtag games. That is the best one going today, my friends. Every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, we play a new game. Speaking of which, make sure you do download the #Roundup app. They promote all kinds of great hashtag games. You will not miss another hashtag game after you download the app. My name is JK Calloway, and we will talk to you next time.